You're listening to the 412 podcast from FBC Mustang in Mustang, Oklahoma, where we take you behind the scenes as we equip the saints for the work of the ministry. I'm Jeremy Davis, your host. Let's get started. What is it that you're looking forward to the most?
Great chance to get to know people better.
It is an absolute madhouse.
I try to find a place with good salads.
So 3 sermons a day.
I never did youth ministry, mainly because I'm scared.
It feels good up here.
We run to the woods thinking, Lord, take my life. I'm done.
Often how I prepare my own heart. I'm looking and reading and thinking.
We had students in the room, 6th through 12th graders, singing at the top of their lungs the doxology.
The engine that is pulling the train should be truth.
I like it.
I like it too.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of the 412 podcast. We're so glad that you are tuning in and have joined us here on the pod. We are recording right in the middle of what may be the busiest, craziest week on our actual campus here at the church. It is Wednesday of VBS. This episode is obviously coming out about a week later, but as we record, we are in the middle of Vacation Bible School, and it has been a fantastic week, and I have 2 incredible guests. I have our children's director, Miss Kathy Brotherton, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
We're so glad that you're here, and we have our director, our VBS director, Dannysha Russell. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Kathy, you've been on the show. Dannysha, this is your first time to be here.
Yes.
All right, so glad you're here. Dannysha, real quick, how long have you been doing VBS?
This is my first year.
First year.
Yep.
And to be the VBS director, you have to have an extra dose of either crazy or courage or something.
Love for VBS. It's
Love
just
for VBS.
running through my veins.
I love that. Kathy, how long have you been doing VBS?
At this church, 30 years.
Yeah.
At my previous church, 5 years before that.
Okay. That's a lot of VBS. A lot of vacations.
I taught before I was director. They didn't just throw some random person up, I promise.
Sure.
I taught, my first time here was 2015 as like an assistant in the classroom. And I've just, preschool area, children's area, wherever they needed, I just filled that need.
Yeah. So you both have a long time of serving. What is it that got you involved in VBS initially? Kathy, we'll start with you.
Man, VBS, I'm so passionate about it. It's such a great opportunity for children to deepen in their knowledge of biblical truth and grow in their relationship with the Lord. For kids that are asking lots of questions at home about who Jesus is and what he's done for them, to concrete that in their minds and many of them to make decisions. But I love that you bring friends and guests from the community, some of who have no context of who Jesus is.
Yep.
And that just is so exciting that you're planting all these seeds in these little hearts. Our leaders are incredible.
Yeah. Our neighbor from 2 doors down is here with us this week.
That's fantastic.
We're excited about that. Dannysha, what about you? What got you involved in VBS?
I have a long time standing with like just the positive memories that I have as a child and all the VBS that I got to participate in as a kiddo.
Yeah.
I just have such positive memories from that. I really wanted to be a part of those memories for other kids. And like you said, bringing in kids that are neighbors and cousins and people that maybe don't have a church home are now getting to come in, and it's an exciting environment, and it just kind of piques their interest, and the next thing you know, that seed is planted, and it's just so awesome to be a part of that.
Yeah, and a little bit of a unique calling maybe for you getting involved and being in this role. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I don't know when the Lord placed it on my heart, but I knew that my goal was VBS director. So in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to try all these different places. I genuinely thought when she asks me or the opportunity comes up, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to go to snacks. I'm going to go to preschool. I'm going to go to children. Anyway, I go do all these different places as needed. And last year I was going to be in 4th and 5th grade crafts. And I told Jennifer Faircloth, I said, don't get used to me. I'm bebopping around because I want to know how to do all the different places. So when the opportunity comes up, I can be VBS director one day. Well, she said, you might want to go talk to Kathy Brotherton about that. And I did. And next thing you know, I was following Holly instead of working in crafts last year.
Yeah.
And here we are.
There
So it had to take in place of me talking to Jennifer about it and Jennifer knowing a little bit of information that would say, hey, you need to talk to Kathy. And here we are. It's just so cool. I thought it would be like 10 years from now, not now.
Yeah.
So he knew, though. Like, he knew what he was doing.
Okay, so you talk about having childhood memories. Do you have a favorite theme from when you were a kid?
Not a kid. I have a favorite theme from being up here.
Okay.
2000, I think it was 16 was submerged.
Uh-huh.
I think that's it. I don't know why, but I went all out. Like, I made a scuba diver. I had a submarine in my classroom. I literally came up here every day with my poor little toddlers and just decorated my heart out. And I loved that year. It was so impactful. I don't even know. It just was. And it just solidified my love
Right.
for VBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy, do you have a favorite?
Absolutely. Agency D3.
Okay.
It was apologetics.
Yeah.
It was about standing firm in your faith.
Very
How
cool.
you can know that you know what
Yeah.
the Bible says. It's my favorite.
Yeah. I go back to, I don't know why. I always go back to that. I think it was 2006, Arctic Edge. And
Arctic Edge,
yes,
where adventure meets courage.
that's exactly right.
Oh,
That's
we
gonna-
probably
Love it.
should edit that.
That's going to be in the show. I love it. So it was the first year that we were in our new worship center, which is our current worship center. And my wife now, Chelsea, had a crush on me and drove from the south side of Oklahoma City and came and watched. I also got a pie in the face that year.
You did.
Yes. So I loved Arctic Edge. I don't know why. I also just like cold weather, so maybe that was part of it. But we had a great time. Okay, so when you think about just the impact that is being made and the things that the Lord is doing this week, specifically this week of VBS, is there something that sticks out to you so far? I know that we're 4 days in, and we still have another day tomorrow, so there's still a lot that could happen. But just so far this week, is there anything that stands out to you for what the Lord has been doing so far?
The Lord is at work. Even today, a lot of kids are asking more questions about who Jesus is and wanting to have a personal relationship with him.
Yep.
We have some amazing friends from our community that are coming to Bible school this week who loud noises and sensory things can be overwhelming, who are being amazing. They're going to worship rally. They're loving it. And it's just making me smile so big to know what a great week they're having.
Yep.
I love that. And their parents, of course, are very joyful that their kids are able to be here and have such a great time.
Yeah, that's so great. What about for you, Dannysha? Anything that stands out?
This year was so wonderful to see how many people just come together, because I think from this perspective, because like when you're participating in it either as a teacher or a parent dropping off, you just see all the fun decorations, everybody's got
Right.
smiles on all the time, but like
Right.
from the side that has the capability of seeing what teachers work together and what the youth, that's what I'm going to land on. The youth are phenomenal. We could not do this week without
Amen.
them.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing people step into roles and and when I say people, I'm talking about young, like high schoolers that are leading like classrooms in a lesson. And that is so amazing to see.
Okay, so I went up to my son Maverick is in 5th grade. He's in red, and he was in class. I walked up there to see and say hi, and because I'm one of the pastors, I get to walk around, pop into classes and go see what my kids are doing. And I started talking to one of the youth helpers in there, and I said, so what do you have on the docket this week? And he said, I'm teaching on Friday. I said, really? And I said, what are you teaching? He told me a little bit about it. He said, I have 5 hours of study in so far. And I was
awesome.
I was so pumped. I'm like,
Yes.
how cool is that he has been studying and preparing? And a lot of that is birthed out of just the pastoral leadership from our senior pastor, from
For sure.
Michael, and the seriousness in which he studies, and we promote those things. Our Men's Institute that builds up men to be teaching. And one thing that I've been so impressed with is not just seeing young people, youth, and college students that are working and serving, but also seeing men who have taken off work, who are taking a week off work to come and
Absolutely.
be here. And to me, if you are a grown man, you're out there listening, and you're a part of our church, let me encourage you to consider taking a week off next year to be a part of VBS and be
Absolutely.
in a classroom and teach these young people. Because there are a lot of kids that are going to come, especially visitors, that may or may not ever hear a man lead and teach the way that they should. And,
Agreed.
I just love that example. There's 2 guys right now that I've already talked to this week that are coming to mind, took a week off work to be here.
Absolutely.
I know there's men.
There's more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. But 2 guys I've specifically talked to, and I'm very encouraged by. So thinking about this week, this is a week of high impact, lots of activity, a lot of fun. crafts and games and snacks and all kinds of stuff. I could imagine that next week for kids at home, it's a little stir crazy. Like, I just had this crazy week of fun. What do parents do next week as they continue to engage? Because one thing I know you hold to, Kathy, is that the primary disciplers of our kids are the parents. And as a church, we want to come alongside and support them in children's and youth and college ministries and everything that we do. But primarily, the disciplers in the home are mom and dad. What can mom and dad be doing this next week as we leave VBS?
We are providing a great resource, a parent guide, that they can go home, and it's pretty much a synopsis of the whole week. All the lessons, the Bible passages they went to, the extra bonus verses they could learn besides our theme verse, John 8:12. The cool thing is that we've remembered all week, we've learned about who Jesus is. So Jesus is God's promised son. Jesus is God's perfect son. Jesus is the proven son of God. Jesus is the powerful son of God. Jesus is God's plan for forgiveness. So if I still had my kids at home, I would be taking that parent guide and I would further study. Let's dive in some more. Because at the end of the day, those are 5 incredible biblical truths about who Jesus is. Yeah. So I would build on that. And I would spend some more time in those passages. And I would spend some more time maybe even going to other parts of the Bible that we only concentrate on one lesson. Yeah. And going to other parts to remember how Jesus is powerful. Hey, let's talk about when Jesus walked on the water. Yeah. We didn't have that story, but that's a great way to demonstrate his power. We talked about when he rose from the dead. He proved who he was when he did that. Yeah. So I would take that guide and I would continue on just emphasizing the learning that they've had this week.
Yeah, yeah. You send home the take-home papers that have the different things on them. Dannysha, tell us about those.
Are we talking about the newsletter on the first day?
I believe so.
Okay, so I was actually going to touch on that. On the very first day, we have all those points that Kathy just read to us. Yeah. Or recited, because she knows all the good stuff. That first day, the newsletter has all of those and more. Like, we've got the verse that we've had this week, the motto, any reminders, things like that. But another powerful thing we don't sometimes think about is the songs. The songs are phenomenal. They actually, you're saying the verse whether you realize it or not. Right. And the music is fantastic. It always is, but I don't know why. I am jamming this thing all the time. On the way here, on the way home, I'm singing in the shower. It is in my brain.
Yeah, I think it was Kashan, one of our student ministry directors, came up to me and asked me, like, have you been listening to music? I said, no, I've not heard any of it. He goes, it's a vibe. And I'm not even totally sure what that means, but it's a vibe. Whatever that means.
I take that as great.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. So this newsletter, that's very similar to what our kids bring home from Sunday school.
Yes.
And my youngest, Lottie, who's 5, she got a newsletter on Monday. And I came home, so VBS runs until noon. So I come back to work here at the church. I work until 4:30-ish. So I go home 4:35, and Lottie's still walking around the house with her newsletter, feeling like a big kid. She has a newsletter that her brother and sister normally bring home from Sunday school. So she's pretty excited about that.
That's fantastic.
If a parent has already lost that newsletter, they could get another copy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. I'll just tell them to come find one of you.
Yes,
all
for
right,
sure.
Very good. Okay, so thinking about the church-wide impact and just everything that goes on, because essentially our entire campus is used for VBS. What do you see as some of the big church-wide impact that takes place this week?
I'm going to go with the volunteering of the hours, because it's not just this week. You've got people coming up the week before and decorating. You have people staying late to whether it's to clean up the room or prepare for the next day. They still have families and stuff too. Like, they still have their life going on. And so to see people, because, let's say I go to first service, which I do, I am meeting and seeing people from the second service that I don't see very often. And that's really fun to interact with people maybe that you don't see often. Or I'm upstairs mostly, and I have 2 kids in youth. So I frequent those areas more than I frequent the preschool area. And I see those people more. So it's just fun to get that different interaction than our normal Sundays, because
Yeah.
sometimes you take the same path every Sunday. And so
Right.
to see different people and reconnect or start a connection, it's just, there's so many connections, and it's all starting from them volunteering up here for this week.
Very cool.
And I just love all the people that have brought food for the hospitality room.
Oh, yeah.
So many
Yes.
families that work are coming up early and dropping off food so
Yep.
that our workers have snacks.
Yep.
We have prayer warriors. Some of our older adults in our church, our senior adults that are at home praying for Bible school.
Yep.
We had people come up last night for family night that are working during the day that helped with family night. I could go on and on. We have 256-ish people here every day serving.
Yeah.
But there's so many more that are at home. We had people that cut things out, took things home, and spent hours cutting out, gluing stuff, preparing stuff for us. I love our church.
Yeah.
They love
Yes.
to serve and
Yep.
pour out God's love on others.
Yeah, that's absolutely so true. And I just love that this is such a training ground for young servants, getting to start immediately. Like I said, my son Maverick is here this year, and he gets to be on the praise team, so he's already serving, and I know he looks forward to serving in the future. That's just a unique thing about our church, is that all ages get to serve together, and we serve all ages in the church. It's just an incredible thing that we get to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, like you were saying, different ages and stuff, like we have so many places you can serve. It's not just in the classroom. We
Yeah.
need people at doors to make
Yeah.
sure that they're secure during VBS, but
Right.
also we go through those doors. So someone stands there or sits there. We have people that service our foods our snacks whenever we go to the hospitality room. I mean, like she was saying with the decorations, there's just so many places to serve, and it is so appreciated because every single part of that is just, it makes a whole. So
Yeah. Talk a little bit about our service project and the funds that we're raising this year.
Absolutely. So we had to take out rec because it just for different reasons. We needed to fill that space. So Kathy and I had sat down and we had a big meeting. We kind of talked it out. She really wanted to, get the gospel out there, and my heart is with service projects. So together we made this impact card because it's a huge impact on either that child or the community, things like that. So last year we did cards and we took them to homebound and nursing homes, and we just did a whole bunch of cards and filled them with love and Bible and scripture, and just, we just poured so much into them.
Yeah.
So this year we decided to do something new. We're going to try to do that each year. This year's for first responders. So what we did is we gathered some snacks and goodies and drinks, and we're going to make these gift baskets and take it to the local fire department, police station. We actually came up with this awesome idea where the first responders went around with the impact cart, and they got to go to those classrooms, and that was so cool. The kids loved it.
Absolutely.
We had do we mind saying the
Alex
people's names?
Blaine.
Or is that okay?
Go for it.
Awesome. We've got Alex Blaine in one room, and he is a fireman. And we had Johnny Carroll.
He's a retired OKC detective.
And then we had Chad Pape, who is an OHP officer in uniform.
Yep.
So that was like icing on the cake. And he
Yeah.
loved doing it. We just had them go to each room and talk about, how did they get called to their job, or how can we be praying for them in their
Yep.
position.
Yep.
And it was super impactful.
Very
and we
cool.
have gathered so many snacks, and we're going to have this cool, gift basket to give
Yeah,
them. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now talk about the money that we're raising for Kenya.
Man, we got a project called The Shoe That Grows.
Okay.
So for $10, you can provide a shoe that grows for a child in Kenya. What does a shoe that grows mean? It grows 3 sizes.
Yeah.
So it's a good, sturdy, quality shoe that the button just moves up and down. It kind of looks like a sandal. And so we're providing a child 3 growth sizes for $10. I missed our offering total today, but yesterday we had raised
as
enough.
of last night, it was $1,088. But guess what?
What?
You were outside. You haven't heard today's total. It is $1,613.66.
Wow.
So today they brought a little less than $600. That is crazy.
Do you guys realize that's 160 children
Yes.
who don't have a parent? I'm going to start crying.
Yeah. That's
It's
pretty
so
cool.
cool.
That's really cool. And my middle, Calvin, she was digging through the piggy bank just the other day, pulling out dollar bills and pennies
Yes.
and quarters and all of that. And I mean, part of the motivation is that the girls want to beat the boys.
Okay.
Like, that's a big part of
Listen.
it.
Hey,
But-
those
versus
boys are
girls.
competitive.
Listen, the boys are killing it today, but I had a little boy walk by and he was like, I brought $160. I was like, of your own money? I don't know if he's rolling or not, but like, that's a lot of money if you're
That is
a
a
kid
lot of
or
money.
an adult. What? $160?
Wow.
That's
Wow.
right.
So cool.
I'll need his name and number. That's great. Okay, so as we begin to start thinking about wrapping this episode up, I want you to give me one reason why someone in our church should be involved in VBS next year. Now, that may be a parent bringing a child, or that may be somebody getting involved in serving. But give me just one reason why we should be involved in VBS.
You can be a tool, a vessel
Yeah.
in the Lord's hands. And he gets all the glory and praise
Yeah.
for all the transforming hearts
Yeah.
as you watch kids learn more about who he is, some of them learning for the first time.
Yeah.
And to be able to know that God is so good to allow you to have that opportunity,
Yeah.
he gets all the praise and glory.
Yeah. Yeah.
How am I supposed to follow that? And there's so many. One, I don't know. There's so many. It's so joyful up here.
Yeah.
Of all the time and hours and effort and text messages and meetings and notes, all the stuff that we put into it. This week is worth every bit of it times 10. Like
Yeah.
I
A
would
billion.
do all
A
of it
billion.
over like tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like this is just such an amazing thing to be part of. You think you're feeling a need, but you leave with your cup overflowing.
Absolutely.
The kids are just so, and man, you think, oh, I've just got kindergarten, first graders. You're thinking like the worst case scenario is like getting onto them for being rambunctious. That's kind of like, oh, how do I put it? So fourth and fifth grade are older and you're thinking, oh, I can talk to them better. No, those kindergarten and first graders, they come in with just as hard questions. And you have to know your material, and they are just so inquisitive, and it's so fun because they're sponges.
Yeah.
And like we've talked about earlier, we plant seeds, and being a part of that is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And I know you got to end.
go for it.
We have over 100 youth
That's amazing.
here serving. And that is huge.
That is huge.
I talk to my children's director friends around the state, and they can't believe that we have that many kids.
Yeah.
And let me add to that. They're not just here because they want something to do. They want to teach a lesson.
Yep.
They want to help them learn a verse.
Yep.
They want to help talk to a child about what it means to know Jesus as your Lord and Savior.
Yep.
They are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Our leaders, adult leaders,
Yeah.
are incredible. We are so blessed at our church.
Yeah. The youth leader I was talking to, who's put so much study and work into his lesson, his one lesson for Friday. I think he's a sophomore in high school. And we have
Awesome.
juniors and seniors.
Yep.
We have college students. We have all of these. We have young adults, young parents, just a lot of people that are here serving.
Jeremy, today a 7th grader helped teach the lesson
Yeah. Yep.
in their 2nd and 3rd grade
Yeah,
class.
I believe it. Yeah, just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. It's an incredible training ground, and I'm so grateful for all the work that you have put in. I'm so grateful for all of our volunteers. Just numerous people that some of them we will never even know served in VBS. Some of them are up in front serving in VBS. There are so many people that do so much, whether they are praying, whether they're providing a meal, whether they are teaching in a class, whether they're guarding a door,
Yes.
whatever it is that they might be doing. We're so grateful for all those people. And we're so grateful for all of the kids that get to be involved. And if you're a parent that sends your kid to VBS, we're so thankful that you do. And we're so grateful for the opportunity to get to invest, to get to pour into your children, and get to present the gospel to them each day while we're here. And that's really the goal of children's ministry, is to share the gospel with kids, and to encourage spiritual growth in the home, and to take that into the world around us. And VBS is just such a great example of that. So thank you both for being here. Thank you for all your work. For all of our volunteers, if you're listening to this, thank you so much. And if you're a listener, we're so glad that you have joined us once again for the 412 podcast. We will see you next time.
This podcast is made possible by the members of First Baptist Mustang. This podcast is produced by John Osmus, our Director of Media, artwork by Olivia Travis, Director of Communications, and music by Pastor John Brewer, Worship Pastor here at FBC Mustang. For more information about First Baptist Church in Mustang, you can go to fbcmustang.org. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the 412 Podcast.